Hello everybody, Dokkan here. Welcome to another Dokkan battle video here. We're going to be showcasing the Super ECA for our boy STR Omega Shenron here. We're going to be able to test him out. I'm going to have to bring the text in alongside him. Not only because we need some links alongside him, but GT bosses as a whole, or this like team setup that we have here as a whole, is just not the greatest one, right? So we've been absolutely getting destroyed here on most of these like runs that we've been doing. So I'm hopeful that we don't get destroyed here. Hopefully, we got a pretty good starting turn here. So let's do this right here. Okay, now you guys are being fraud. Now you guys are being fraud because I mentioned earlier I'm not going to throw all of these guys together because I want to have their individual showcases. So what says that about you guys? All right, let's see what we can do here. So we are of course debuffing the enemies here, so we could get some chances here. So 535k. Now we're looking much better in comparison to what I was doing earlier. Now if we do die here, then if there's no choice, I will have to replace some of these guys for the shadow dragons. So no, I'm limiting them because I don't want to let's say like we're seeing right now the numbers for Tech Sin, which are pretty decent, but I don't want to like show this for the initial showcase until we get to its main to the character's main showcase. So shush. Almost 50 million. Interesting. Do keep in mind we're getting some additionals here. Nice, 49. All right, looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Oh my, then we got the hidden potential system additional. That has to be the hidden potential system additional super there. All right, see, this is why I don't want to. I would like to record without you guys seeing this because you guys bully me a lot. I don't understand what did I do in my past life to deserve this. I already got bullying through high school. I don't need this again. Of course. Well, unfortunately we couldn't take a super attack here. All right, you guys win. Sure, you guys win. I don't know who got me killed there, actually. I need to check. All right, let's do this here. I'm not gonna pay the focus and attention to those guys, so. You know what? Get timed out, bro. I don't need this. All right, so who's getting the log here? All right. So I'm pretty sure we're getting super on slot 1. Let's just do that. Okay, let's focus our attacks here. I'm not gonna use the domain just yet, because of course the domain also buffs these guys. So we'll do this right here, and then we'll do this with Omega. Okay. 48 million. Do keep in mind, we don't have the domain ability active. Is that mine? That's my Omega. Wow. That's all the support that's going on around here. I don't like doing this because I would like to just do the main showcase with the ECA character here. And oh my, that's a 47? Wow. I don't know if they're gonna survive a super attack though. That's the problem. Nice dodge there by the STR Omega. I don't know how hard that super attack would have hit, or that AoE would have hit. Then 53 million. Again, we're getting a lot of support here from not only the Shadow Dragons here, but Actually, we don't have the domain active either, so that's some pretty good damage here. Can we do the quad again? He did. Quad super rare right here. That's very good. Keep in mind he's providing support here too. This is gonna kill us, I think. Oh, okay. Never mind. I am just I just don't believe in my units. That's what I should do. I should believe a bit more in my units. That's pretty good. Double digit damage. Rose got locked. Let me finish off. I think we should be fine here this turn. Unfortunate though that I think. See, this is why I don't want to do the showcase, because I don't know these guys off the top of my head. So you don't need to be on slot 1. Okay, perfect. I just do need to gather some orbs with you though, so that way you got most of your passive build up. Okay. Not bad by Super ECA Omega. Fropathy, I will do it again. Calm down. Okay, we're also getting an AoE from this guy, which of course we're buffing him. Of course, because Omega can work well as a slot 3 character, that means that we're not going to be able to see him for a little bit. And due to the rotation walking that this fight has as well, there's also like big issues with setting up your rotations accordingly. It's all due to this fight, but I do want to see how Omega performs on like strenuous conditions, I guess, if you want to put it in a particular way. Oh my god, man. Alright, let's speed it up, Rado, because you got a few more videos to go. The night hasn't even started yet. Alright, so I'm gonna keep it on rotation here. We're not getting attack debuffed here, so we're gonna be losing a little bit on attack. However, I do want to test out how he works without like debuffing, how his attacks work. I could use the active here, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm possibly gonna do it the next turn, so that way we get some extra support. So let's see how our boy looks. Again, we're gonna be losing a little bit on attack power, which is fine. I still feel like this Omega can hit pretty hard. So unfortunately, due to the fact that their names are the same, there's not going to be a lot of linking partners together outside of the whole Sin Shenron, which is good that they gave Sin Shenron an ECA, so that way we can get some extra partners so he can be a little bit more cohesive. He now looks a little bit lower there, almost like 30 million there. That's not bad. It's still pretty good. He does some pretty good damage, and again, we're still providing that extra support for Omega here. Just to make sure, because my brain is not operating at full capacity, it seems. So full power or GT bosses are getting that 40% attack, 2 key, and then the additional attack plus 20% for characters who also are extreme class. I don't think I haven't mentioned most of the things from his passive, because we're doing a new video, right? I'm doing a new recording session. So yeah, most of the things that change with regards to Omega is his passive, right? Every single Super ECA has that. The only change that comes through with Omega here is his passive. So let's go ahead and check it out real quick. He's getting attack and defense plus 150%. We're debuffing the enemies here as well. 40% minus attack, and then we're also getting minus 20% defense for superclass enemies, and that extra support that I did mention, 40% attack, 2 key for GT bosses and full power, and of course an extra 20% attack if they're extreme class. So we're getting in a total of 60% attack on characters that qualify for these metrics, right? Per extreme class ally attacking the same turn, so we only need 2 characters. We are getting a chance of performing a critical hit plus 20% and damage reduction rate of 20%. So if we do have the full lineup, we have 40% damage reduction, 40% chance to crit, and we're getting 200% attack and defense in total when attacking. When there's another full power or GT bosses category ally attacking the same turn, we're getting attack and defense plus 150%. And we're tossing an additional that has a 70% chance to become a super attack, which we have seen come through. Those have been pretty good. We're getting also attack and defense plus 100% whenever we're attacking with 12 or more key, and as the third attacker in a turn, or when the target enemy is an attack down or defense down status, we're tossing the extra attack plus 150%, and we're launching an additional super attack here. This is the build that I have. I might change it depending on how I look at Omega, but so far I feel like a bit more of a defensive option could be pretty useful. So I will think about it once we go along. I already played the rotation. I'm gonna trigger the active skill for Omega on the next turn. Of course, it's always you gotta keep an eye out for that domain ability, due to the fact that since it buffs Inhuman D characters as well as GT bosses characters, these fights, like the Future Saga Red Sun stages, since they belong in the Inhuman Deeds category, they're also gonna get buffed. So yeah, the Texan and Int Shadow Dragons ECAs, they do help with the same name problem, which is pretty good. Yeah, 42. I can't wait to do the showcases for these guys. Again, of course, we're having these guys together in the showcase for the Super ECAs, just for the fact that we need characters that have different names that can link pretty well with these guys, because it's a bit of a struggle when it comes down to, like, let's say we're using both the leader and the friend, Dokkan Festival LR Omega Shenron, and it has the same name as the Super ECA. So, oh, we love to see it, right? Same name characters, right? Alright, so again, we can debuff here, but let's just roll with it. We are losing a little bit of extra attack and defense power. Extra attack power, sorry, and the extra super, but let's just play it out here. Let's see. Alright, now we've got to keep in mind that not only, apart from the fact that we're doing some pretty decent damage here, we'll have Omega as well help us out here, the Dokkan Festival one, because he can also provide us with this right here. We're getting that extra 25% attack, we're going to be dealing extra damage there, so he's looking decent, right? I do want to pair him up with the Texan so we can share all the links together. He's gonna come through in turn 5, so we're also getting some support from this Rose Goku Black here, 30% attack and defense, to keep in mind that. So we're getting some pretty decent attack and defenses here. So let's look at how this goes. We're buffing Rose as well, so we gotta keep that in mind as we're getting some extra damage here. 35 million. Again, we're also helping out the Dokkan Fest. all the support is going around with this team is pretty good. Okay, let's see here. 44 million. That's pretty good. No super attack effects change from this character, right? Only the passive. And this character does not raise any attack and defenses on his super. He only lowers defense and causes immense damage to the enemy.
この世界で絶対的な力を持つのは私と私。この二人だけだ。
Alrighty. Again, I don't know how good these guys are. The Legion of Shadow Dragons at the end there, so we do have to be careful. I don't want to finish up this fight either, so I want to make sure that we have some extra turns that we can play around with. But so far, I mean, he's looking pretty good. He's supporting the team. He's doing a lot of damage. He's looking pretty good, if I'd say so myself. Yeah, the villain OST meta. All of the villains have gotten some really, really good OSTs. I love Omega's is active. Rose's is exchange, like reversible exchange. OST is also pretty good. 69 million. We also, like, the Legion of Shadow Dragons are also providing support here. We also got some very good links active here. Again, important links such as Shadow Dragons, GT, Big Bad Bosses. I want to say that these guys do have Brutal Beatdown. Yeah. Like, they are helping out a lot here. 57. I can't wait to see these guys in action once we do the main showcases for these guys. We're looking pretty good. Okay, and then on the next turn, we're going to see the Big Kahuna turn. I think we would still have our domain active. If not, we can be able to use my Omega Shenron's domain. And we'll still be able to get that extra buff from the domain. We're going to be getting some support from the Tech Sin. We're getting very good links active there as well. We can't attack debuff here. So, okay, we still have the domain active. Let me do this, because I know that this is the 4th turn for this character here. Let me check real quick, because for one turn he does have some good damage reduction, so we do have to collect more than 4 key spheres in order for this Tech Sin Shenron to be pretty good. Again, pretty good links active here. Basically all of our links are active at the moment, getting 585k defense. So we don't have to worry too much about like linking with Omega, since we're linking up with Sin. We're providing support here. I don't know if this guy provides support. Let me check real quick. No, okay. Gotta make sure that I collect most of the key that he needs in order for us to proceed. With 7, he should be fully built up in terms of his passive here. So let's see this turn here. We got all of our links active. We're gonna get some nice buffs here with the domain support, and of course we're also helping out the surrounding allies as well with the amount of support that he's providing too. So okay, that AoE is still gonna come through. It's not gonna be a lot of damage. Okay, all right, let's see here. 49 million. I think you can get much higher with him. Seeing people like throw footage of like 70 million, 80 million attack stats with this guy. And of course, if you did put him on slot 3, we could have had that extra attack plus 150%, which could get him closer to that. So the unfortunate reason that I don't want to put him on slot 3, right, is that I want to see more footage of him. If we do test him out as a support character, maybe on the following showcases, once we run the Legion of Shadow Dragons or this Tech Sin, since it's another character that I do want to showcase here. 42 million. He is going to be placed sometimes on slot 3, depending on which bosses we're fighting, because we're also getting that extra attack and extra super if we are debuffing the enemy. So not too bad, I would say. We can get the domain again. We should be finishing him off here, so yeah, I mean, sure, we can do it. Why not?
こんな星消えてなくなってしまえ。
All right, well, you guys let me know what you guys think about STR Super ECA Omega Shenron. He is looking pretty strong. Providing that extra support is good. The high volume of damage that he's able to put out as well also is pretty good. He's doing a lot of things. So he has that that extra damage reduction in the pocket too when he is surrounded by other extreme class allies. Getting those additional super attacks also helps out, just so we can do some extra damage, because most of the meta that's going on in the game, not only is being defensive good, but you do have to make sure that you need to protect yourself in certain instances, but also deal like extra damage, because most of these bosses are coming around with like so much HP that is ridiculous. So you do have to keep that in mind whenever you're either building up your units on their hidden potential, or seeing how these units are going to be after they get their details for super ECAs and things like that. Of course, Omega looks to be like a really high damaging character. Has some decent defensive options here. We haven't seen him like taking a big hit altogether, because most of the super attacks, I think we've taken them away with the nullification, because I have not seen the Samasu super attack at all. If we do get another turn, I think we're gonna get another turn, so this is gonna be pretty good. I don't want to put him on slot 1 though, because we can put him on slot 3 and see how he operates, but I'm pretty sure we kill. So let's just finish things off with the Samasu here. Again, the only support that we're providing here, I don't think these guys qualify for it, because it's full power and GT bosses. Let me check these guys in terms of their categories. Yeah, they're not on full power, so these guys are not getting, of course, the buff. However, they are getting buff because of the domain here. So let's finish things off with Samasu KO stream. Yep, very good. The combination that you can be able to make in Inhuman Deeds, of course, with Omega and Rose, it's just so good. Yeah, do let me know down in the comments below what you guys think of the Super ECA for STR Omega. I have to bring some of these other guys so that they can link up together. Of course, there are some characters that I'm going to be showcasing as well individually, so that way we can see how they work, how they perform, and things like that. But if you have to do it so they can link pretty well together and have a pretty good team composition, we're gonna have to do it either way. So yeah, let me know down in the comments below what you guys think of the STR Super ECA for Omega. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, check the links down below, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.